Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Sunchild Tarot and welcome to your annular solar eclipse readings, the eclipse being in Gemini. As ever, there will be a timestamp below so you can shoot ahead to the reading, but hang around for a few minutes so you can listen at least once to my discussion of this eclipse. And also the other reason that I do it is watch your sun, your moon and your rising, especially your rising, just in tarot readings in general. If you know your rising sign, then that's the one you should more often not be watching. There is a link in the description to get yourself a free birth chart. I mean, there's dozens of sites on the web that will do that for you. But just a note about the reading, general reading rules apply. Timing is far from absolute, especially with this eclipse. But I'll discuss that in a few moments. But what you can do is ask a question beforehand. I'm not going to guarantee, but it is a Celtic cross that I'm doing. So it's got a bit of a past and a present. You'll be able to tell if the reading is for you or not. I would say take the whole reading or don't take any of the reading. Either the entire thing resonates as a unit or it doesn't. I mean, if it doesn't, go and watch your sun, go and watch your moon, or any part of your chart for that matter. Now, housekeeping, there is a link down there as well for the Facebook page for this channel. I post these videos here. I sometimes post the astrology weather forecast type videos that I watch, but I've been a bit remiss in that recently. But more importantly, it's got an inbox. So if you want to contact me directly for a personal reading, that's the best way to do it. There's a link tree down there, so you can find my Twitter and you can find my this, that and other. But the Facebook's the best method. So if you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much. If you're new to the channel, welcome. And once you've heard my stuff, feel free to press the subscribe button. You will be welcome. That's it, really. I don't want to go too deeply into this eclipse because I already posted a show Tuesday night that I did with astrologer David Fischer, but that was looking at the strict Hellenistic astrology of this eclipse. There's a few other aspects that I do like to look at. Now, this is at, as you will no doubt know by now, 19 degrees Gemini. Now, the angel of this degree, so not the 5-degree arc, but just this specific degree, is Cahatel. Now, Cahatel is, despite the fact that angels are supposed to be genderless, Cahatel is considered to be a male angel who, for one thing, expels bad spirits. So there's a chance to get rid of more negative energetic influences that are around us. Interestingly, he's also considered to be an angel of reality. Cahatel's gift is to make angels, to make dreams and illusions real, to bring them from something in the mind to something in the real world. He lives in, I mean, this is with the qualification, of course, that it's all in line with the divine plan. He helps assist in the manifestation of divine will on earth. But that's a really interesting point, since in the astrology aspect, then there's a lot of illusions and lies being brought up for attention and hopefully dismissed. Hopefully not necessarily that the truth is seen, but the illusion is seen. That someone can look at something and go, you know what, that's not real. I might not necessarily know what is. You may find that out, but that's not real. That can't be trusted. But in the meantime, there's going to be some dreams, which that's the Neptune in Pisces again, giving us some good stuff as well as bad stuff, that we can start bringing into the 3D reality. Again, is it in accordance with God's will or divine will, however you want to look at it? Cahatel's home is within Keter, the topmost or crown of Sephiroth of the Tree of Life. But he also has connection with Yesod, where he brings things down to the physical plane, hence that manifesting reality. And with the Keter aspect, also the dispelling of bad spirits. Now, I can't remember if I've said this already. I have mixed feelings about this eclipse. The lunar eclipse I thought was lovely. I thought this, yeah, we're going to get rid of stuff. We're going to have a opportunity to do some shadow work and just discard some stuff. And there's pregnant new beginnings, poignant points of learning and stepping off. But the symbols for this degree are a little double-edged. 19 degrees Gemini, for those astrologers that have written about how it manifests in a natal chart, it seems there's an element of unbalance. You can have success, but then it's whipped away from you. Or you can have success and end up in a position of abusing power. So I do think there is that risk of abuse of power going on during this eclipse, but also it will be highly noticeable. So is it the abusing of power, or is it that the abusing of power is obvious and under our eyes? And I would hope to say it's the second, and not too great an abuse of power at that, just for the sake of, I don't know, everybody on the planet. Another level on that, I mean, you've got the symbols, as I said in the astrology show, of the sun representing the leaders, the moon representing the people, and the people here are drowning out the leader by eclipsing the sun. But the inside degree or Chandra symbol, let me bring this up. No, I'm on the wrong page. Bear with me. Let me bring this up. Is a bull stung by a scorpion. Now, before I read the explanation that goes with it, I just want to look at that imagery. The bull has frequently been associated with images of the leader. One of Jupiter's symbols was the bull. The bull was also a symbol of Enlil, if we go all the way back to ancient Sumer. It can represent the emperor, what's in charge, emperor on tarot way. So being stung by a scorpion, well, first thing that springs to mind on that is the story of, what is it, the scorpion and the frog, or the scorpion and the something, where the scorpion rides on the frog's back but still stings him on the way once they're nearly at the other side, because that's his nature. However, there's two symbols with that: being stung by something poisonous that is only acting according to its nature, but the leader being stung, which could be a good thing and could be a bad thing. But interestingly, in Hellenistic philosophy, some astrologers, I found this out from Ksenia Moore, go watch her video, it was superb. The duration of the eclipse indicates how long the eclipse effects will last. This eclipse is lasting for 5 hours. 5 hours. That's 5 years worth of effects coming from now. So you might not feel it immediately. These readings that I do here now today might not even kick in for a week, a month, possibly even a year by the sounds of it. But to be honest, with everything that's going on in the sky, and the fact that I've been assured that we've just passed through the quiet half of the year, astrologically, 2 Saturn-Uranus squares and everything else that's been going on, that's the quiet half. So I think those first initial effects will come reasonably fast, reasonably soon. So let's have a look at this bull stung by a scorpion. The elaborate ritual of putting yourself through life or death crises to determine what you are made of and how far you are willing to go in this life. I'm not sure I want to read any more after that. Right. Choosing from expanded faculties the optimal situations to enact this battle royale. Selecting what is karmically familiar. Variations on old themes involving bondage and freedom. So there you go. There's that whole leader image. When you are trapped, caught, stuck, a furious inner force asserts itself and can reconfigure everything. But it is a high-stakes ritual drama and loaded with real dangers. You must check yourself out in ultimate ways. for there is surging in your blood an impulse towards liberation, which cannot be distorted in any way. An extraordinary journey through radical tests and trials of an initiatory intensity. It's all about guts and stripping away everything but the true inner direction. If you must slay and move through illusions on every front, that is just how it is. Again, this is reflecting the very astrology, because the 19-degree Gemini symbol has got very little to do with, well, the fact, no, I take that back, because Mercury is Cazimi, the sun, with the eclipse, and square to Neptune. So there we've got those illusions, dreams, but that Cazimi apparently gives it extra whammy, and the fact that it's at home in Gemini gives it extra whammy. So a lot of things will be visible and coming to the surface. Anyway, carry on with this. You cannot survive any longer on old ways to do it. It is time to welcome the enemy into your very midst and discover that there are no enemies. This reminds me of, at the New Year, Astrology Hub did a panel looking at 2021. And one of the astrologers whose name I absolutely forget said a good symbol to this year is invite the witch to the table. So that's the whole image of, who is it? Sleeping Beauty or Snow White, either way. Sleeping Beauty especially, I suppose. You don't not invite the witch, because you're having a party, you're having a meal, you invite them in. You make them part of the occasion, part of the process, part of the family, part of the tribe, whatever, because when all's said and done, they're another living being here amongst you. So there's certain problems that all of you face, so you might as well all face them together. And I like that, but I struggle with it, especially in such very, very divided times politically. Is there anything else that I wanted to... yeah, the readings that I've actually done, because I filmed some of them already, this bit that you're about to see. They all seem to be about setting something right and addressing issues. So I think that that's another indication that lots of things are going to come to the surface, and this is not going to be easy. But it should not be easy. Now, I'll put a link to the astrology show with David in the description down below. Obviously, while you're here, I would love you to subscribe, because I'm still a baby channel. I'm outgrowing my diapers at the moment, but I am still a baby channel. And thank you to returning subscribers, by the way. Give the video a like, share, subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff. You know the plot. Every single presenter says it. And I think that's all my housekeeping. So let me, rather than waffle more, bring up the cards. Okay, Virgo. Now, this eclipse in Gemini occurs in your 10th house, which is about your status, your achievements. Some will say your career or your job. Career more than job. But I think it's your status, your reputation, those things that you have created. Now, these cards are a little double-edged. Here in the middle, I have you feeling quite confident of working on your own plan. So this could well be job related. We've got the Nine of Pentacles with King of Cups twice. So there's almost an element of I'm all right, Jack. But there's two edges to that. When we have Ceridwen here with inspiration, but sat with Set, who is consumed by his own ambition, wanders friendless through the afterlife, and so consumed by his own ambition, he doesn't realize that it is his ambition that has created his own punishment. So this may be positive or this may be negative, this you being, I'm emotionally okay with being on my own here. But the feeling that I'm getting is that there is some dream plan, long-term project or plan that you had set your mind to, and it's either that you are totally convinced that you're going to go ahead with it, come what may, or you've come to that realization of, yeah, no, time for a change of plans. And that's what I'm getting here for time for a change of plans. We have Argenti here with renewal, as well as that Eight of Cups with how you're feeling. So I'm not convinced that this set card here is representing you. But I did want to point out that there is, Gemini, the twins, there's two options. So I did want to point out that there is a chance that that is there. What I am seeing here is spirits bringing in conflict, Five of Wands here. We have Five of Swords on the bottom of the deck here. We have someone not really giving out everything that they can within, we've got, so Six of Pentacles, normally a card about value, but it's the Dark Moon Tarot, so it's, it's a bit sort of darker, and it's like a machine that's only doling out a little pittance every now and again, as much as that person in the bottom is at need. But this is obscured with the Moon card here. There is a trying to, that I'm really drawn to the balancing the tame and the wild with this particular card. Drawn to that duality. So it's almost like you're being told that you are being given everything that you are worth, that you are being appreciated to the level that you want to be. However you want to, this might not be a job thing, this might be a relationship thing, but the idea of how other people see you and are interacting with you is what's important here. Now, you're going to be given insight into this situation. So you're going to receive knowledge that does not actually add up with or to what you are seeing. And so you know that the seeing and the what's actually going on are two different things. Again, that Mercury square Neptune that I was talking about with David in the new moon solar eclipse show. And listen to the smaller voices, listen to the more natural voices. This is what this Page of Wands is telling me. Now with Page of Wands, Page of Pentacles, I call it my level up card. Page of Wands, that's preparing for that level up. That's setting the groundwork, gaining the information. And there's here we have an Ace of Wands. So I can see you leaving something, or I can see you being driven out of something because somebody else is trying to get what you've got. And they might be in for a rude awakening because you ain't got half as what they think you have. Because that's what this card here is telling me. But even though you can't necessarily see it, Two of Swords here, this is actually a wonderful thing for you. The Magician, with this spirit, is bringing in with the Lover's card. So there's, I'm going to have to take these rings off, it's too hot. And there's this choice is being put in front of you. And if I was you, take it, walk away, because you go in somewhere better. You can choose to get into a partnership with, there's two ways. Of course, there's two ways. But yeah, you can be getting into a partnership which is positive, or you can be in a situation where you are looking at somebody else's selfishness and suffering from it, and then thinking, like, why have I done this? So when the conflict turns up, that's your cue here to go, right, I'm out of here. I mean, let's face it, it was a strategic move for you to get where you are. You saw the value in it. It was a victory for you to get there. But that chapter has finished. And as much as you will regret it, moving on is the best thing to do. And I believe that there is some influence around you that is going, yeah, go on. Why not? What have you got to lose? You can win on this. Now, this person is talking sense, because remaining in whatever the situation is doesn't look good. And with Argenti here, and as you saw from the shuffle video, the Oracle of Heaven and Hell, a lot of cards fell out. So we started with Divine Grace with Eladia. And I completely forgot to, this is Anciano de los Dios, or I would say that's, the Ancient of Days. Right. Let's see what the Ancient of Days is about. But to me, that's that guardian thing. Let's assuming I can find him. Boo. Just talk amongst yourselves. Sorry about this. No, it looks like I'm just going to have to stick with my own interpretation of it. But aha, here it is, number 47. Be around here somewhere. Yeah, okay. This represents common sense. The composure required to solve a problem, foresight, exercising caution when it comes to making a decision. In matters of health, it means finding the solution to a problem. And it corresponds to the sign of Virgo. That's you. Use your common sense. Get out of this conflict situation. The moment it's... they want everything that they think you've got. Let them have it. They're going to be disappointed, but you are going on to bigger and better things here as long as you allow yourself, because Vihuya, new beginnings. With this Hakamiya with loyalty, when I saw this card, I was like, oh, loyalty. But when you put all the work into getting where you are, but it's not loyalty to where you are, it's loyalty to you and your own health, well-being, what have you. Because followed immediately by Melahel with healing capacity and Cialia with motivation. So get a move on, Virgo. As the moment it looks like someone is after your post, your position, your standing, especially if it's one that's lost its luster for you, let them have it. Just before we have a battle, before we have a conflict, here, my resignation. Crack on. It's all yours. And you will come out better for that. And you'll come out feeling a lot freer for it as well. It's really going to be bringing you into your power. So, big changes for you here, Virgo. And yeah, it'll hurt to leave, but it's also something where you are racing ahead into a new world. With that, I've just got this image of like children being let out of a train after a massive long train journey, and they're able to run straight across a field like Little House on the Prairie type jobby. And is, you know, that sudden sense of freedom with that childhood joy that comes with it. And that is what I think is coming for you if you take the opportunity to get out while the getting's good. All right? Okay. That sounded a lot more positive, actually, now that I've said it that way. It's a lot more positive. All right. If it means anything to you, Virgo, please do comment down below, because it's really nice to know if these readings find the ears of the people that they are supposed to be, or if I'm just sat talking to a camera. Hit that like button. Feel free to subscribe. Thank you to all my subscribers, but I think I said that in the intro. Right. Cheers.